I mean, this is YouTube after all.
Couldn't find the dog. It ran away.
What dog? Lost a dog.
We've lost dancing. We've lost dancing.
Do you know that song? We've lost dancing. I remember back in San Francisco, we've lost
Dancing. This year we've had to lose.
What is the story of this necklace? I bought it for an event. No. Yes. Bought it for some cowboy western themed event. No idea where I got it from. Probably like a gas station in Texas.
Boys and girls, welcome to the Great Company. Great Company. Did you spritz your face?
Did I do what?
Did you spritz your face? Or are you just anxious? She's excited. Or she used a really nice face spritzer. Either way, you had to be there, people.
I have to say, there are too many layers of interaction within those couple words. However, no, I have not spritzed my face.
You look dewy. She's dewy. Are we filming?
No.
Okay. We're just recording.
Yeah.
This is for our Spotify listeners that turned the video cast off. Can't blame you. Great Company.
Hey cutie pies. Hey cute people. Hey cutie pies.
I will not be saying that. Not today, not tomorrow, not next week. I will not be saying that. Great Company.
Welcome.
Hi,
This is Chase.
this is Isla.
And we're a great team, it turns out.
Yeah, let's say centered on greatness.
And that's how we met. You were great. And we were great. And here we are.
Here we are.
So welcome. And this is, the correct name of this space is the Great Playground. And I guess this is what me and Chase are going to make out of it.
Are we still practicing?
We're always practicing.
But we haven't turned it on. This? Okay, that's crazy. No one told me we were recording. That changes nothing. Times together.
But
Playtimes.
Playtimes.
Great times.
It most certainly is.
13 minutes we've talked about nothing.
What else is there to do?
So let's choose a few bullet points to flow through and then get in a flow. We're going to talk about, I think we can do the intro again. We're going to talk about a glimpse into what this is, but not too much. We can talk about how we met. Actually, more interesting way to say that is how we got here. Whatever that means. And then we can talk about the day. And where it takes us. Okay.
I strongly support that. Actually, I wanted to... So why are we here? Shall I start? Maybe
You should
with,
start.
I think that I am part of the reason why we are here.
That's very true.
So here on Great Podcast, we'll be speaking only truth and nothing but the truth, as we do now. However, what I wanted to say is that I've been working across many different fields, on this planet, and some of them were medical, and some of them were cultural, and some of them were interesting, and very fascinating on many levels. And there is this moment in your life when you just kind of come and you're looking at it, and you just think, great, just great. And there's nothing more, nothing less to it, I think. And I find that very fascinating, the word great, and also the state of great.
When did that start? When did you become attached?
Actually, let me pitch in one thing before I go there. And that is the fact that I can't even, I mean, it's quite amazing that I'm living in a country that has convinced the entire world to call it great. And I think this is the essence of this podcast.
No, to clarify, the essence of this podcast is not British culture. As two non-Brits sitting in front of you, very happily.
It's great.
The essence is great.
You know who should take our portrait photos? Martin Parr. It's actually...
I trust you. That's my... I have no idea who you're talking about. I trust that recommendation.
Okay. But what I wanted to say is that in many ways it is somewhat I'm not sure if it's a love note. It is on many levels to Britain. Exactly, because there are many lessons that I have learned throughout this journey. And I think for many people that have known me, because a lot of people know me from my previous lives, and don't worry, links to that will be provided. So, but I want to say is that if there is one thing that I've truly started to appreciate here in London or in Britain in general, this is the mention of focus that comes with the emphasis on value and exchange. And I've grown up in a really bizarre circumstances, more or less. And I think this dimension of altruism connected to those circumstances has always been very deeply anchored in me. Also, it's much more common in the southern cultures, like this communal, identity through communal, not individuation. What I mean is how you are acting as yourself within the context of a group, but how you merge with a group, it becomes more bonds are closer, versus this individuality that I have learned to appreciate here in Western cultures. So how this dimension of value and exchange falls into that has been highlighted to me in a very, very different degree here in London. I think this dimension where Britain is somewhat of a finance, in a cross-section between finance and culture, is really fascinating to me. So this dimension, so in a way, the Great Playground is also connected to that.
And much, much more. To anyone hearing that we're a finance culture playground, it's probably could not be further than the truth. It's ironically the context and the backdrop that a lot of this exists in. Gotta have the context. But I wouldn't say it is the energy.
I think, this is actually quite funny because if the camera would be turned around, you would be faced with...
We have to arrange this at some point, because if the camera would be turned around, I can guarantee you right now you have no idea what you'd be looking at. And they're huge. There are two of them.
And they're white, and they look like finance bros.
Yeah.
So
Huge. What's up, guys? How we doing? Talking shit? Looks like it. That can be a story for another time, because that is also very much an experiment in cultural zeitgeist, which is a lot of what this is. Cultural zeitgeist. Let's
Most
say that word
certainly.
3 times fast. Zeitgeist.
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 Zeitgeist. Do you speak German? Zeitgeist.
No. Do you?
I actually
Really?
do. Ish. So I speak 5 languages. 3 of them I'm fluent in.
Mm.
2 of them are rusty. So German and Italian I'm rusty in. I understand
Yeah.
it. But when it comes to speaking, I would probably need like 6 months to brush it up.
Mm.
How many languages do I speak now?
Is this a math question?
Potentially.
She speaks a lot of languages. That's the point.
We actually met at a fashion party.
Yes, we did.
And
Not too long ago. That was, what, 2 months ago? Give or take? Yeah. In a basement in a club in London at a fashion party.
He was dressed in neutrals.
Yeah, some might say.
Wasn't it like stone?
It's brown. Like a golden
Oh yes, it was more earthy.
beige. Some cream. Actually, no, I had the Isamiyaki pants on, so there was some color in that. But it was like a cream base. And tabbies that were cream.
I remember the cream
Tan.
because when I think about that evening, I remember this is going to be this is actually true. This is 100% true. So I remember Chase's face and the light around him. Light around. But in this instance, it's stone colored, or like beige,
Yeah,
cream.
that would be my shirt.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was like I wish we could just pull up the shirt right here.
Mm.
Yeah, we met at a fashion party. It was a, what'd you call it?
It was a framed setting.
It was well framed, some might say. It was a collaboration party between Sotheby's and Frame for the collab line that they did. And I was there. I was by the DJ booth. Typically am. It's like the least awkward place to stand, in my opinion, next to a DJ booth.
Is that more on a like?
Well, yeah, it depends. No, actually, I would say generally I mean, it's the center of the room, even if it's not physically the center of the room. If there's a DJ, that's always like the center of the room in a sense. So yeah, I think I end up there.
Yeah, I'm curious about the feeling the spot gives you.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just gravitational. Anyways, that's where I was. And
Notice.
talking to, yeah, just chatting with some people that were there. You walked up. You very assertively walked up and said, you all look cool. How's it going? Or something like that. And I was instantly sold on that. I was like, yeah, that's a great intro and fantastic, yeah, initiative. Do you recall it differently?
I potentially do,
Oh, let's go there.
but it might have been a dream. A dream it was. Your face in the light.
Yeah, I mean
Saying
that basement can get a little fuzzy, I'd say, around what happens in that members club. Yeah, I think they designed it that way. I wish we could bring on the interior designers. How do you make spaces blurry
have
and
you
slightly dreamlike?
my version sounded slightly different.
I just know you walked up and you were like, hey, what's up? And you said something along the lines of, all of you have an energy or look great or just something,
But they did.
flattering. Well,
And
yeah,
you were with
we're
your
not denying it,
friend.
people.
Yeah, like they looked very good.
And of course,
Very,
someone
very
who
good.
says that also carries that energy. So we started talking, and then you and I ended up talking most of that night. There was like a weird fake auction happening. Anyways,
I didn't get this hoodie. I wanted the Sotheby's hoodie. Am I
yeah,
like,
well, it could be yours for 300 quid. Yeah, we circulated and then found ourselves on the fringes of the party and talked and hit it off. And now we're launching the great company. We're here at the great playground. We're in this great setup. It's pretty great.
we met, and I think like I'm in a space where I was kind of planning to do this, and I found our connection and our interaction enjoyable. That I thought this is like epitome of what great is. I think like we live in a very fascinating age right now. Like I don't think it's unprecedented.
Unprecedented. Why is it fascinating to you?
So let's start with our background. So I lived in Norway most of my life. Before that, I lived in Serbia. You come from Austin, Texas.
I come from Texas. That was actually a pretty bad Texas accent. I'll score myself really quickly on that one. I'm giving it 3.1 of 5 stars. I'll try again next episode. I grew up in Texas, yes.
So we'll have an episode where people will live rate your Texas accent.
Yeah, tune in live just for that. And then drop off. Go back to work. Go back to bed if you woke up on the other side of the world.
I mean...
Take your phone call off mute. Get back on the phone. I'm often told I don't sound like I'm from Texas. I'm not really sure what people mean by that, but I grew up in a city in Texas. So, yeah, I didn't grow up on a ranch. I spent plenty of time on ranches. Anyways, here we are in London now. It's a great country. Interesting time to be saying that, but London's great. That's pretty agreeable. We're vibing.
I enjoyed that. And I mean, I really wanted to get into the mindset of people that, again, convinced the entire world to call them great. So that's kind of why we're here. And I think one of the most interesting aspects of you, Chase, is the fact that Austin is such an interesting cultural hotspot.
It's getting a lot of attention. And I think it's largely justified. I think anything that gets a lot of attention, especially online or, you know, in headlines and such, I think
there's the real life experience, which sometimes is much more chill than the socialized energy around it. So Austin's a great spot. Really enjoy it. Happy to be from there, proud to be from there. It's not the full answer, and I think there was this weird post-COVID time where some cities were like presented as the answer to the future, especially for people escaping urban hubs. Yeah, and I just don't think that exists in any one city. And Austin kind of took on a weird reputation for that in a lot of circles. And now it's stabilized and it's going back to just what it is best, which is just a like fun, energetic, small to mid-sized city in Texas with great opportunity and a history of some quirk. A little bit of
hippie, a little bit of cowboy, cowgirl. Yeah. And now like a beautiful skyline of glass buildings. Almost all of downtown Austin is glass buildings. I don't know if you know that.
Is it like a recent development?
No, it's just because it's all built in the last 20, 25 years for the most part. And so they've kind of taken on this blue glass aesthetic that I'd say for a skyline of a city it's nice. It's great.
Please send me a great...
Right, boys? You'll see the boys at some point. Guy is like the trust fund bankroll.
Second son.
He's the money. He is
business acumen.
working for the money and doing a great job. I think he's a great money manager.
Yeah, like but he has business acumen.
Kind of a rainmaker.
brain. Oh,
And this
wow.
guy kind of just doesn't care, probably about anything. There's probably like a 25% baseline of indifference in everything he does.